a question about the whole saint soldier aspect of it, and how generally in Sikhi saint soldiers kind of one Sant Sabai is kind of one. It's not differentiated into two, so you get both traits in one person. So sometimes I say Bhakti and Shakti come together. A lot of people, like when they do they give like an analogy, they kind of separate the two. In the sense, I don't know whether it's a Punjabi thing where they say in Gurbani from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj will give you Bhakti, and then from Sri Dasan Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj you kind of get Shakti from it. Is it the case of they split up like that, or is it you can get both from both?
This Beyond quotes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj that beat us. There's no Vara that got Tuna based on warriors. Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj put that in there. Guru Bhai Gurdas Ji and the things at that time, Guru Buddha Ji and Baba Bidi Chand Ji and stuff. Yeah. So that beat us, it comes, there's loads of, Dagmag Chad, Raymond Vora, then you got like, what else are there? Sura Sosa Pa, Sura Sopa, Chani Lada Deen Ke Het, Purja Kata Mara Kabuna Chade Khet, what else is there? Jako Hargang Lago, Chugna Soke Geta Sura. They have mentioned the Biras, and people who read Bani, you can get Biras from Asadivar, you can get Biras from Bani in Guru Granth Sahib. Var, that's the whole point of Var. Var, the Vara in Maharaj's Bani, when you listen to Gatha of learned Mahapurukhs and Gursikhs and established Mahapurukhs, right? When they open up the Var, they give it a story behind it, like Asraj, there's a story behind that. It's going to Asraj ki to nahi hai na. Then you got other, Sikandar Biharami ki Var, there's quite a few names. And you look at the background, you need to open up Mahan Kosh and look at what they were, who they were. And you'll find stories of brave warriors in the past. And their moral stories. Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj made those titles, attached them to the Vars, so that warrior spirit could come into the Sikh Sangat at that time. Right? This is before Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. So that is Maharaj, Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj advocated that and brought that across. Yeah? And then you got, there's, and also in Dasambani, if you look at Jab Sahib, the whole of Jab Sahib in itself is Namaskar to Parmeshwar Vaheguru. And those, Satasti Lachan Kande, those kind of like action, or kind of like, if you want to put, they're the descriptive texts or words used for Parmeshwar Vaheguru. 1200 of them in Jab Sahib. Yeah? So like that in itself, Matha taking bar, what pak is that? Is that warrior spirit or is it Sant spirit? So that's Dasambani. Yeah? And there's beyond other, Pavanama that Maharaj expresses in Bani where he talks about Parmeshwar Bhakti in Dasambani. You mentioned it, those few Panktiyan before as well. Right? So Guru Sahib is perfect. Regardless of which is Guru Granth Sahib or Dasambani, Guru Sahib is perfect. It depends on the person in front, what they want, what kind of, what are they asking for, what are you asking for? Is it Khalsa, Sant Khalsa Jeevan? Is it just Sant Rasa want? Maharaj will give you what you want. Jive tusi Jahangir asked this of Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, I understand, we got all these people who are sants and you're looking after them, but what's all this warrior stuff going on? What's happening there? And then he asked that kind of question when, do you remember that story of that grass cutter who had nothing, he only had like a few guardians, the other called, and like he came to Maharaj and he said he went to the tent of Jahangir first, and he goes, Sache Pasha, Janam Maro Kato Mera, Kalyan Karo Meri, Kirpa Kar Deo. And Jahangir looked at him and said, I can give you land, I can give you money, you can give whatever you want, but Ajini to Kalyan Mang Da, I got that power. Sache Pasha was in the next tent. And Jahangir had actually asked that question of Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj the day before, saying, Maharaj, why do people call you Sache Pasha? Why do they call you true emperor? Maharaj said, Koi na sama hoga pura laju. And the next day that happened. So Garib Sikh came, he had the bhavna that Sache Pasha wasn't delivering, but he didn't recognize Sache Pasha was. He thought it was Jahangir. Jahangir then said, go into the next tent. He followed him as well. When he went to Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj, Sache Pasha ji galti hogi, main udhar chale gaya. Maharaj kirpa karo, janam maran kato mera, mukti baksho kirpa karo. Maharaj bakshed. Just like that. And then Jahangir asked Maharaj, what's this khed kiya hai? Samajh nahi aandi. Maharaj then said, he goes, Jitana Sikh hunda, if that Sikh's got this bhavna, I'm like a mirror to that bhavna. I'm like a mirror to that faith and love to him. So if you think that you want to be a Sant Sipahi and you stand before Maharaj and Sant Sipahi bana deo ji, he's going to make you Sant Sipahi. But if you've got that bhavna that Sant Sipahi mein banna hai, par banna nahi hai. You know, people like that, innit? Kei vaari muhon nikal janda, they want to be some, but andro chaunde nahi hunde. Jin man hor, mukh hor, se kande kache aana. So what happens is, then ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, because Maharaj knows sometimes people know they can't do it, they can't be a Sipahi, right? And they come as a Sant. What was that guy, the ਜਿਹਨੇ slaughter ਕਰਿਆ ਸੀ Pangani, the Jod? And he was one of the Udas ਕੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ? Kirpal Chand ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ? not Kirpal Chand, Muhammad Kirpal Chand. Sant Kirpal Chand ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀ, ਏਦਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਸੀ, right? If you go to Paonta Sahib Gurdwara where Maharaj fought the first battle with Pangani, he used to sit in the jungle. He had a whole 100, he had a dare of 100 sadhus. Jad pata laga ke Maharaj aa gaye te jang hon lagi ya, 99 of them ran away. He was the jathedar, he was the only one there. All they used to do is have like a little chadra on this bit here, and they sit in Bhakti all day long. You ever go to Paonta Sahib, the Gurdwara Sahib there, and there's a sila, there's like a big patthar what he used to sit on to do Bhakti. And he used to do so much Bhakti that actually his chankada basically stamped on the patthar. You can still see it. And all he had was a salot that he had like a baseball bat that he used to keep next to him. Most sadhus in the jungles, they would keep a massive stick just in case a janwar aa jave ya koi kuch ho jave. They used to keep it just for security. Maharaj used to hold on. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj going travels and stuff as well. So taraya is like a danda to to make sure Lord Pajve kisi tarah. Even bakshish happened through that as well. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And then what happened was when Maharaj came to him, he came up to Maharaj. Maharaj, he was trembling in it because he was the only one left. He was, Maharaj, मैं कल्ला रह गया जी, तुसी कहंदे जंग कर दियां, Maharaj, I don't know anything, but all I know that you could bless anything to anyone. I haven't got the capability at all. Kirpa kar do. Maharaj did thapra, one hell of a thapra, right? Because he got onto the horse with that salota that he used to do bhakti with, just in front of him. He killed the main well-known journal of the Mughal army who came to attack Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj. And how he defeated him is in Dasan Bani. And Maharaj explains that he got his salota and he battered it over the helmet of the Mughal's head. And he hit it with such force, the helmet crushed down, or the midge came out from the sides, basically the temple, his brain came out through his temple. Inna jorna mara sune. And he had never picked up a shastra in his life. So Santanu, Sipahi banata Maharaj and stuff like that. Yeah? And then there's opposite versions as well. Like you got people like Hankari people who come to Maharaj, Bhai Dalla, you got Bhai Kapura, you got loads of examples of dumb people coming to Maharaj with Hankar. I've got Shastra, Maharaj, Roj Chakar Karde, Maharaj, Chakar de Fatte, Sisarande. They like that kind of mentality, yeah? Right? Maharaj can chal dekho hai. Then he gets the gun out, puts it towards him, get your men then. Where's your men? Put your men in front of us. Hai to sare dar jande Bhai Dalle de aadmi. The Dandama Sahib. And then father and son Bhai Tees and Beer Singh Ji come in there, and they're just tying the dastara. Dastara ban rahe hain, right? And Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj comes, he goes, where's your men? Allah put his head down like that. Maharaj said, Khal Sinu, Hakara Maru. Message went out to the Khal Sanu, Maharaj wants to test a gun. Beer Singh, Baba Beer Singh Ji, Baba Teer Singh Ji. There are Gurdwara Sahibs on the side, left hand side of Damdama Sahib. When you go there, there's a Gurdwara Sahib built just outside the complex of the main Damdama Sahib. Baba Beer Singh Ji, Baba Teer Singh Ji were father and son. They were tying that the malle, it was just not even complete. And they come running towards Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj. Father pushing. You can imagine the scene, innit? Just forget. We know the text and we know the history. Imagine the pyar that the father and son must have had amongst each other. Not just for each other, but also for that bullet from Maharaj's gun. And how much faith they must have in it. Maharaj, shati to maar the, mere maar. I want to be shot here. And ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਰੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੋਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਾ ਪਾਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲ ਜੂਗਾ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਸ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਦਾ ਰਾਜ ਮਿਲ ਜੂਗਾ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ father they come pushing each other out the way and Maharaj just gets the gun and fires over their heads and Dalla Maharaj goes dekh liya one thing we don't realize that Satguru Maharaj whether they were in warrior spirit whether in shant spirit they always destroy your ego if you've got true bhavna in your heart they'll always destroy your ego. Whether it's giving you a sword, right, and raising your self-esteem to that point where you're confident, or whether it's like lowering your hankar by taking the sword from you and giving you mala, Maharaj has got that capability. So, 110% faith in Maharaj, then you get 110% back. If you got 5% Sharda Bhavana Mar, then you only get 5% back. If Satguru Maharaj sees where the deficiencies are, he can make you have everything. You just gotta have that bhavana, innit? Humility. Gribi honi chahiye. So, in effect, those 9 tuna of Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj give warrior spirit alongside, and Mahaprabhu say over and over again when Vars come and say, Var is a Sanja Var. It's like Var is like you know, it's a blow. And he says, whoever reads Vars, whoever does the art, whoever listens to the meanings of them, you would destroy something in your life that's not good for you. Whether it's Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Ahankar, it will get destroyed. Sant Kartar Singh Ji, Pandrawale said to his own son, Baba Amrik Singh Ji, Shahid Bhai Amrik Singh Ji, in that Kavita, as a poem that he wrote to his son about how to live in university, how to live in college time as a student, young person. And in it says that to destroy the thoughts of Kam, read Asadivar's art, read the meanings of Asadivar. And when you read Asadivara, you see Kam, name, Sadapuchiya, Behbeh Kare Vichar. And then like Kam is the general and he's sitting in his courtroom like that. Sare baithe ne. Krodh bhi baitha, anger's there, greed's there, lobh's there, right? They're all sitting around and Kam, general ban ke baitha hai, main Raja hai. So Satguru Maharaj destroys that by reading the Vard. Another Sara Dharma Khatam in the kingdom that they're sitting in, these Vikas, yeah. It's within us, Sade Pichi, yeah. Who Maharaj blows it up, Barud Parke, na, blows the whole palace up. Kam Krodh Lobh Ahankar is just like nowhere to be, you know, down. You can imagine a banda, imagine this banda with Kam's lying throat. Mood, corner, somebody that's got no Jaan left, he's dead, and bullets in him, he's got shrapnel in him. Utth nahi sakda. The koshish hi karda, main utha inu fer par lawa, fer beh janda thalle, he's got no power. But that can only come from listening to Arth and Bani and Simran and visualizing it, visualizing it in our minds and what Maharaj is capable of doing. So to answer your question, I hope that answers the question, but like, you can get both ras, and not just both ras, beyond the ras from both Dasam and from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj.